I've never done a video like this. I've never done a drama video. My channel isn't a drama channel. My channel isn't barely a channel at all. Hey girl, hey! My name is Trampane Loves It. Pull up a seat because we are about to spill some tea. Do you know Anthony Padilla? Do you know Trisha Paytas? Do you know Dissociadid? And do you know Team Pinata? If you know about any of these people, you're probably aware of the recent drama surrounding the four of them. But if you're not aware of these people, you've come to the right place, because I'm going to sit here, make myself look like this, and we will go over the timeline of what the hell has happened. And trust me, it's a messy one. So without further ado, let's delve into the world and try see if we can make sense of this. Okay, where to start? So, this is a hard time for everyone. We are living through a pandemic and we are all stuck in quarantine. And so that allows me to go down a YouTube rabbit hole of random videos that wouldn't usually catch my attention. That is right, we are talking about Trisha Paytas versus Dissociadid. And if you haven't heard the story, you're in luck, because I'm about to divulge it all to you. This story all starts on March the 4th, when Anthony Padilla, who is a YouTuber, I think, I've not heard of him before the scandal, and I've not looked into him since the scandal. But he posted a video, and it was called I Spent a Day With, which is a series of videos that he does. And this one was multiple personality disorders, also known as dissociative identity disorder. And on this segment, you had a multiple array of guests, all of them suffering from DID. And there was this one girl from the UK who was on there, and she was explaining in detail about this disorder, and it includes the fact that her name is Nin, she is the host of the body. However, there are multiple identities that reside in this body, and as a collective they're called a system. So during this video, Dissociated, she explains, as much as the video allows, what it is that DID is and how it affects them and how it manifested into their being.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming out and teaching me about the wondrous world of dissociative identity disorder.
Anthony, there's so much to learn.
Can you explain what having DID entails?
Yeah, so having DID means that as a child, your personality was unable to fully develop into one singular personality. Everybody as a child starts off with an unintegrated personality, and around the ages of between 7 to 9 in normal development. But if there is repeated or severe trauma before that age, then the brain can say, whoa, I can't deal with this. This cannot be my life, and we would not be able to survive if I was aware of this. So this trauma, along with the ability to dissociate to a high level and having disorganized attachments to your primary caregivers, prevents one personality from fully integrating, because the amnesia that goes up to keep that trauma away. And that's why if you have DID, you have multiple personalities rather than one single.
I found it to be super interesting, because this is the first time I've ever been exposed to DID. So, drama and scandal and controversy aside, this is a really interesting subject that I really would recommend you educating yourself on, because it's fascinating. Anyway, yes, so Anthony Padilla posted this video and all seemed fine in our quarantine world. But then, on the 12th of March, Trisha Paytas, who is also a YouTuber who has a very problematic past on the internet, decides to upload a video called Meet My Alters. Now, in the DID world, an alter is another name for one of your identities that live within your system. So you can have multiple. And in this video, this is what Trisha Paytas is claiming to have. She goes on about how no doctor has confirmed this diagnosis. And she has been very upfront in saying that this is a self-diagnosis. There's no actual piece of paper. No doctor has completely signed off on it. She's not receiving behavioural therapy or medication or anything like that. She has just seen this video, looked at her own life and her own personality and her own mental struggles and connected the dots and said, this sounds like something that I have. Which is fine, and I am not a doctor, and I do not know if she has it. I do not follow Trisha Paytas' career thoroughly. I mean, I've heard of her throughout the years because she is a notorious troll on the internet. But I don't know her personally, and I'm definitely not her doctor. So I can't claim that she doesn't have this illness. However, the video itself was very poorly received. And that is because of a couple of things. Mainly, what she was saying about this disorder didn't make no sense. It wasn't scientifically or medically accurate. She was spreading misinformation to her 4 million plus subscribers. And people had an issue with it. But the other thing that she did in her video was she mentioned Dissociadid by name and said that she was scanning through her videos after the Anthony Padilla video came out, and she was watching her videos, and Dissociadid, her whole entire channel, is about educating people on DID. So Trisha's taken it upon herself to watch all these videos and come to the conclusion and tell the whole entire audience, 4+ million subscribers, Dissociadid seems crazy. Not only is that incredibly offensive to Dissociadid, but it kind of lukewarms Trisha's argument that she has this particular disorder. Because if you really, really did your homework on this and genuinely believed that you had this disorder, you wouldn't be calling anyone crazy. It's just as simple as that. You don't even need to be super educated on the whole entire topic, like myself, to know you don't call a bitch crazy, okay? But she did, and she posted it, and backlash ensued.
Definitely tell people in my real life, so many people ask, do you have a disorder? Are you diagnosed with something? Are you bipolar? Are you schizo? And I'm like, honestly, I've never been diagnosed with anything. The closest thing that I have self-diagnosed myself, I guess, is multiple personality disorder or dissociative identity disorder, or both, because there's some differences, there's some similarities, and some people just think they're like all the same or all completely different. For me, I consider them quite similar, but I think my disassociating comes differently than in the form of my alters. So I feel like the alters are my multiple personality, and I feel my dissociativeness is in a different realm. And I've watched a lot of videos of this recently. Most recently, obviously, Anthony Padilla did this. This sounds crazy. I sound like I am losing my mind. Because when I watch other people talk about it, I'm like, they're crazy. Like, I watched the Anthony Padilla one, and there's a girl, Dissociadid or something, I think his name, she's British, and like, I watched it and I was like, oh, like, she seems crazy, but I know that's like what I sound like now, which is actually like really, really scary.
Then we move on to the 13th of March, so the day after Trisha posted her Meet the Alters video, and on Instagram, Anthony Padilla and his girlfriend Mikey both react to this video saying, basically, you're mocking the mental health community, is what you're doing. And basically telling Trisha, we don't believe you, pretty much. Which is valid, because why should they? For Trisha, she is very much infamous for her trolling. She makes up videos just for attention. She's admitted this herself, just to cause a reaction out of people. She likes the controversy, she likes the scandal. So obviously, Anthony Padilla and Mikey think that this is the case, and it is done very distasteful because she's mocking the mental health community and calling them crazy. And also on the 13th of March, Dissociadid wakes up and their phone is blinging, 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 saying Trisha Paytas has uploaded a video and you've been mentioned directly. So you should probably check it out, but warning, it's not going to be pleasant viewing. So Dissociadid decides to do a video which is called Dissociadid Reacts, where she basically watches the video for the first time on camera and gives their genuine reaction to the video. And automatically you can tell a vast difference between Dissociadid's video and Trisha Paytas' video. And the awareness and knowledge of this disorder is very apparent between the two. So as Dissociadid is watching this video, she is pausing every few seconds just to clarify what Trisha may be trying to get out and basically correcting the misinformation that Trisha is spreading about DID. Had DID not have made a reaction video and then corrected us, all I would have gone on really is what Trisha Paytas has to say about the disorder. And it turns out it's not a lot. Like I said, if you do want to research this disorder, Dissociadid on YouTube is the place to go, because that whole system is clued the fuck up, and I learnt so much, and I can't even recount it because it's such an integral, complex disorder that only someone who knows what they're talking about will be able to make it make sense. Trisha Paytas, take note. But then Dissociated gets to the part in the video where Trisha says that she seems crazy, meaning Dissociated seems crazy. And this visibly affects Dissociated. And they're very quick to call out, you do not do that. You do not call someone with a mental health condition which has such a stigma attached to it and has very little knowledge in the mainstream population. You don't call them crazy. They must get it every day. We don't need it from you. Stop trolling. You're now becoming offensive. We don't like it. You should probably stop.
Or something. I think his name is British, and like I watched it and I was like, oh, like she seems crazy, but I know that's like what I.
Trisha's obviously not very educated on this subject or has misunderstood. It's hard to sit here and watch somebody, one, call me crazy and spread information that's very incorrect and damaging about our community, which undoes a lot of the hard work that me and a lot of other content creators in the DID community have done. It's a group.
Okay. If I was Trisha and I was, let's say I knew what she was doing and she was doing this for the attention, for the click, for the clout, to beat the YouTube algorithm and to get a really successful video out there, regardless if it's well received or not. It doesn't matter as long as she's making her coin. Had I been her, I would have thought, done. Job done, all done, now let's leave it. Put it to rest, say what I need to say, cause a scandal I needed to cause to earn me my money during quarantine to stay relevant, but no, that is not what Trisha Paytas is known for. So instead of just leaving it there, March the 13th still, a lot of uploads were made this day. Trisha Paytas uploads a video called Dear Anthony Padilla. And bearing in mind, Anthony and his girlfriend had basically discredited Trisha's self-diagnosis. You know this video probably isn't going to be a pleasant one, but who the hell knows? So you click on it, and automatically Trisha is there ranting and raving about how disrespected she feels, how Anthony Padilla is meant to be some mental health advocate, how dare he deny someone's mental illness. And you know what? Girl's got a point, if she weren't the troll. Trisha is absolutely fuming about this whole situation. Listen, she has bared her whole entire heart to her audience, admitted something that is stigmatised, and no one believes her. She thinks she's chatting shit. All her previous videos, she's never addressed herself as we or they, and now all of a sudden it's we feel this, we know that, how dare you insult us. It's all very appropriately timed. But in this video it is evident that Trisha is pissed off. And this is a girl that documents her whole entire life, all of her emotions, regardless if we want to know about them or not. And it's worked for her so far because girl's got her money. So she rants and raves and says how dare people not believe her because she is such an honest, genuine person who's never trolled anyone in her life before, and everything she says has been factual. No. She is a notorious wind-up merchant, so everything that she has said should be taken with a pinch of salt. And I think that is what Dissociated and Anthony Padilla would have done if she had just come on and went, you know what, this is what I feel I have, end of. But the fact that she's gone around spreading false information about the disorder and used the word crazy, they've popped off on her. But she doesn't really understand. She just thinks they hate her because she's lying. And in this video, she comes across super aggressive because she's pissed, she's angry, she has something to say, and she's going to not take no prisoners. However, something that you should probably know about people with DID is DID only gets manifested after there's some severe childhood trauma. And DID and these dissociated identities are manifested as a way to deal with trauma. So people with DID can't handle trauma very well because they've been through enough. So having Trisha Paytas screaming down the lens, like she does, saying how dare you, and accusing them of being malicious, being horrible, just being awful people, it is triggering. And unfortunately, that is what's happened here.
Okay guys, I am like extremely heated and extremely emotional right now, and this video is specifically to Anthony Padilla, who I fucking loved, admired. I make videos about me and my journey and my struggles and my mental health struggles, and I think it's apparent to everybody that has watched me for some time that I have a lot of mental health issues and I have a lot of struggles with mental illness. And I've struggled with it my entire life. People love to point it out on the internet constantly, and then the minute I open up about it, I'm shitted on and I'm told, no you're not. Case in point, Anthony Padilla. Fuck you, Anthony. Fuck you for pretending to be some sort of mental health advocate, to be a spokesperson for mental health and depression. You yourself saying you suffered from depression and anxiety. Oh, I could just be like, no you didn't. You were fine. You were making videos. You have money. You look good. You don't look like you have depression. Fuck you, Anthony Padilla. I don't care if this gets fucking demonetized. Fuck you.
Moving on to March the 18th, and Trisha Paytas, completely unprovoked, decides to upload a video that apparently catches her switching between alters on camera. And the concept of this video, I don't know if it's either super confusing or really well played on Trisha's part, because what she's done is she has uploaded this video and basically she's giving an introduction saying, I caught this on camera. It's a video of my alters switching, eating all the food in the fridge and making my, Trisha's, stomach hurt. But however, when she was talking about the video, which had yet to be played, she had decided to switch mid-introduction, so she switched alters twice in one video. She's never done this before in video, and now she's done it twice in one video. That wasn't even the main switch she was trying to tell us about. Like I've said before, I ain't no doctor, I'm just a drag queen. However, as a drag queen, I have a bit of acting experience, and I can tell when someone's hamming it up and just, you know, trying to create an illusion. And to me, this switch seemed not bad acted, to be fair, but bad enough that the whole entire internet realised she was acting. And also, for the thumbnail of this video, which says, caught switching alters on camera, the thumbnail is of Trisha going cross-eyed, like that, as if that was a good representation of how a switch occurs, which it's not. So you can tell she just made that face simply for the thumbnail. And so at this point, the whole internet's like, girl, really bitch? But Trisha seems really committed to this. And a key thing that I need to tell you about DID is there is a very problematic aspect to it, which is amnesia. So when the alters switch between each other, there's usually a lot of memory loss that is involved, so you're not even aware that a switch has occurred. And what one alter does, the host has no knowledge of, basically. I don't know if this is something that could be trained, but you need to know that amnesia and memory loss between switches is a recurring common thing.
Tyranny is definitely the one to come to the forefront the most. He just did an OnlyFans and we uploaded it collectively because I support, and so does T. We support him. You know, we kind of were like mourning him because he wasn't around, and all of a sudden he gets brought back into the light with anger or bitterness, and I think that's why his twin he gets also very like sensitive, and so I think the two of them together have this sort of connection where Tierney is really crazy and Tyson's really sensitive, and I don't even give a fuck if people call me crazy. Like, fuck, I'm crazy, bitch, you're crazy too. Like, get over it. Like, it's just, girl, bye. Like, this is the internet. Like, okay, you're gonna tell me what I am, who I am, and where I live? No, thank you. No, thank you. Not today. Not today. I do what I want. I show my peanut for what I want, for how much I want. And no one's gonna tell me different. I called myself crazy. Trish calls me crazy. Trixie calls me crazy, but you know it works in our crazy system, okay? So like if you can't get over it, honey, then you have to get over you too, okay? Just like we make YouTube videos and like I always get scared.
I think we are meant to believe that Trisha Paytas records videos, uploads them without viewing them, and never ever ever watches them or sees them again. Because she doesn't even mention the switch in the introduction. But by this point, for anyone who had any doubts, it seems apparent, at least to me, who is not a doctor, that Trisha Paytas is trolling us all. Quarantine has bored her out of her mind. And I am no way saying that Trisha Paytas does not have mental health issues, because it's quite apparent that she does. So really, this is all quite a little bit sad. Because although we're attacking this girl for lying about her mental illness, I do believe it's a mental illness that is making her lie about this mental illness. Does that make sense? So although I think Trisha is a bit of a mess, I'm not going to tell her that, because that is none of my business. And that's not going to help her at all. And I don't live where she lives to point her in the right directions to getting the help that she really needs. So I just keep my opinions to myself when I check out her comment section. Which is the first thing I do before I even play the video. Girl, her comment section is popping. So that happened on the 18th of March. The 22nd of March, Dissociadid, she uploads a video saying she's checking out of all this drama. She don't need it. A lot has happened because of this drama. A new altar has manifested to help Dissociadid and the system deal with this random scandal that's occurring in their life in a time where we're all stuck in isolation, so we don't really have anything to distract ourselves from it. And they are in the process of moving, and it's all very difficult for them at the moment, so they're just going to take some time out, let this all die down, make sure they're wedding themselves before they continue to upload videos on a regular schedule. And everyone's like, yes girl, you do what you want to do. And in fact, it was one of the alters of Dissociated, Kyle, who gave the announcement. And Kyle is a guy, so everyone was like, yes Kyle. And no one challenges Kyle on what's going on, because he is a Don and we all love him. So we are like, much respect, take as much time as you need.
Hi everybody, it's Kyle. This ain't going to be our usual kind of video. This is a heads up to let you all know that there ain't going to be a proper video today. Why? Number of reasons. One, we just moved into our new house literally yesterday. It was a very stressful move. At the moment, we don't really know where anything is and we need some downtime. We're always going to be the first people to advocate for self-care when it's needed. Also, the other thing is that this Trisha Paytas stuff has hit our system real hard. We've seen a lot of other systems splitting, new alters being created, people saying that, you know, they ain't ever going to tell anyone else about their DID because of stuff like this, because people are going to think that they're like Trisha, or they're going to believe the stuff that Trisha has said. So it's been very damaging for the whole community, and that's been very difficult to watch. I know Nina's taken a lot of it onto herself, which we all know ain't the right thing to do. The other thing is we were one of the systems who had a new split because of this stuff. We had a lot of flashbacks from watching her Dear Anthony video, which obviously was extremely aggressive. There was a lot of threatening behaviour, a lot of lunging at the camera, swearing directed particularly at us and at Anthony. Just a lot of aggression.
It's absolutely fine. By this point we think it's going to die down. Trisha's doing her thing. It's absolutely fine. Dissociadid is taking a higher ground and saying, I ain't going to pay you no more attention, love. It ain't happening. Well, it doesn't last long. Because that very same day, I'm not even sure which video came first, but then Trisha uploads a video and it is titled, Dissociadid, please stop bullying us. Go. This video has Trisha, God knows which altar it is, crying down the lens of a camera, moaning, whinging and complaining that she feels victimised, she feels bullied, no one believes her, and she says multiple times in this video, this whole entire video is a giant contradiction. I had to pause it and rewatch it like 3 times, so thank me for the views, Trisha, because I just didn't understand what was going on. First things first, she says, how dare Dissociadid put Trisha Paytas' name in the title of her video. She's obviously doing it for clout, for clicks, for views. She's living her best life, milking this basically. That's what Trisha's getting at. She said, how dare you use someone else's name that's violating them in the title of their video. And she seems completely unaware or ignorant to the fact that her actual video has Dissociadid in the title and is the first word of the title. So naturally, the whole entire internet's like, what the fuck, bitch? She then goes on to say how she feels like Dissociadid, who has this whole entire time been very well spoken, very articulate, very educating on this whole entire thing. She said basically, Dissociadid, you're bullying us, how dare you, you're disgusting, how can you think we are faking this? Who would fake such a thing? And not only who would fake such a thing, who, with an empathetic bone in their body, will accuse someone of lying about this? How dare you not believe Trisha? This is what Trisha is saying. You can't tell someone they have or do not have this disorder, which is fair play. Just because you have DID does not mean that you can diagnose or discredit other people's diagnosis. However, in the link, in the description of this Dissociadid, please stop bullying us, is a link to another video, and it's captioned, Dissociadid is faking it. And you think, Trisha bitch, didn't you literally just say we shouldn't discredit other people from saying what they need to say? And that was your whole entire argument. You think the world is against you because no one believes you. How dare we say that you're faking it? We don't know you, blah, blah, blah. And then you go and say that this bitch is faking it. And she points us to a video, and this video where it's evidence that Dissociadid is faking DID, it shows absolutely nothing. And it's uploaded by someone who has never uploaded a video before, and the account only became active a few days ago, and it's very apparent to anyone with half a brain cell that the channel is actually Trisha. She set up a new channel, made this stupid video, posted it, and that is her getting back at Dissociadid. I don't know what she was hoping to gain from that video, but what it's actually done is just discredited her whole thing and made her seem like a fucking hypocrite. So that didn't work out very well. At this point, for me, I've been watching this with, you know, taking it all in with a pinch of salt. It's got nothing really to do with me. I'm just watching this kind of to pass the time and get the tea. I mean, I feel for people involved. I have an opinion, but I haven't really felt the need to say anything until this point. When this video came out, I was like, okay, so many inconsistencies. I never wanted to say anything because I don't know shit all about this. But even I, who is uneducated and ignorant to this disorder, knows that what she's saying does not make sense. Everything that she's doing is not making sense. She's actually making the situation a lot more worse than it needs to be. She's drawing out a situation that is really inappropriate and sensitive to a lot of people. And at this point I start to question Trisha's character, because this wasn't just like a one-off moment of madness. Here's a video idea. Let's see where this takes me. This is a series of just ridiculousness. So at this point, in my mind's eye, I can't even find an excuse for this Trisha. And then something happened immediately after, because that same day, the 22nd of March, Trisha releases another video saying, okay, now everyone in the world is against her. Everyone hates her. She can't do no right. She opened up her soul. She bared herself to the millions of people that have supported her up until now. How dare they all turn their back on her? Them. How dare we all turn our backs on Trisha and their system. Here's the video.
We're not making any videos to hurt you. We're making videos to talk about our story and our struggle. It was because of you that we were able to talk about our mental illness. You targeting us makes us scared to tell anybody anything and just go about our lives, just people thinking we're crazy. Every single comment is we're crazy. Dissociated. We wanted to be like you. We saw your video and we saw, oh, someone gets it. Someone's not afraid to share it. But now you've turned the whole community against us. We're really scared.
I have totally shut down from this as well. If you want to call it my system, if that's if people want me to start using terms, my system has shut down completely. Anthony and his girlfriend are so smug about it. And you know what? They're all about promoting their own videos. Every post I've seen is go watch our videos on this. Go watch our videos on this. Including Dissociadid. She keeps putting my name in the title. It's not about her. It's about getting views. Nobody knows what it's like to have what I have. I just don't get how my mental health, how I feel, what I go through, what I struggle with, what I deal with, what I'm tortured with, is why other people care so much. I made one comment about a YouTuber that has made multiple videos on me now, and the whole world hates me. I just posted on my Instagram just another email this morning that says, hey, here's a business proposal. How about you kill yourself? How about you slit your wrists? Because why? I don't see how this isn't obvious to other people that there's something seriously wrong with me and that I suffered serious trauma as a child that I've never ever talked about. Okay, how me talking about my mental health, my journey, what I've been told, what I've read, what I feel is so upsetting to other people. I'm not talking about a community. I'm not discrediting anyone else. I'm talking about me, and to have the whole world discredit me because 5 years ago I used to troll. I can never get past that. So I'm sentenced for life to just be the one to get shitted on and hated on.
After all of this madness, it kind of settles down on the back and two front. But it is far from over. Trisha will then go on to upload the same video multiple times. Well, they're all different videos, all done at different times. They're all reviewing this Chick-fil-A spicy sandwich. And I believe what she's trying to do is make it out that, remember when I said about the amnesia and the memory loss whenever you switch alters? These are each of our alters reviewing this Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich and uploading it, and all her other alters are unaware that it's already been uploaded. So she's just re-uploading this review of this sandwich over and over again as different alters. And she expects us to fall for that shit. And we're like, yeah, okay, sure Trish, no. But while this is going on, Dissociadid tells their fans that they've attempted suicide. because of all of this. But not just because of the Trisha thing, just so much has happened in their life at once and it's become too much. Luckily, they're pulling through and hopefully they are on the mend. But then it just goes to show this is not just like some kiki drama no more, which you talk to your friends about and be like, oh my god, did you hear what she said? Did you hear what she said? Oh my god. No, this is like gone to another level now. And once Dissociadid let everybody know her struggle and what she was going through at the moment, people, naturally, turned to Trish and was like, basically, you're a fucking bitch. Look what you've done to this poor girl. You've drove her to where she thought she had no option but to end it all. And Dissociadid has come out and said, no, 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 no. I mean, it hasn't helped matters, but lots have been going on, and this is just like the straw. Send no hate to Trisha whatsoever. Once again, taking a higher ground. I agree. Do not send no hate to no one. I do not believe when Trisha, in her mind, set out to get some attention, that it would result in potentially the loss of a life. I don't think she's evil. I just think she's impulsive, doesn't think about consequences so much. She genuinely believes that her emotions are individual identities. Once again, who am I to say they're not, apart from someone who's watched this shit unfold. But it's all become such a mess. And so I thought, okay, the to and fro is done. That is the end of that. Trish can go on doing her thing and causing offence to every man, woman and child in the world. And if you want to watch it, then prepare to be offended. If you've got an issue with it, you know what this character's all about. Why are you even clicking on her shit? People, including myself, were clicking and watching Trish's videos just to see the mess. What would she come out with next? It's a spectator sport. However, people are going really far and telling Trisha she needs to kill herself, blah 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 blah. And like I said, I do genuinely believe that Trisha Paytas has problems with her mental health. So I don't think that's the best way to go about it. But then yes, just when I thought it was all over, all of a sudden, this new drama comes out of nowhere. And it turns out Dissociadid was in a relationship with another system overseas who also has DID, and their name is Team Pinata. Like the majority of these people, I knew nothing of Team Pinata before the whole scandal. I didn't even know Dissociadid had a partner until they no longer had a partner. Because basically what has happened is, apparently many years ago, this Team Pinata, the host, his name is Nan. He's really into fan fiction and fan art. And he was part of so many different forums. And he used to show off his works of fiction and his art. However, the art that he produced was basically, it was really inappropriate art. And it involved sneezing kinks and underage cartoon characters in a various amount of acts. And this was years ago, but it all came back to the surface somehow. I'm not even sure how it did. But then everyone started questioning him, or them, like, what the hell was up with that? Why are you, like, drawing inappropriate stuff of underage people? Whether they be fictional or not, it's super inappropriate. And Dissociadid decides to go on social media. They're like, knew nothing about this. This has threw me through the ringer, for sure. I can't condone it. I'm embarrassed. And I don't want anything to do with Team Pinata no more, because I can't condone what they're doing. Dissociadid is really going through it at the moment. They're stuck in quarantine. They're in the middle of moving house. They've got Trisha Paytas on their case. They've suddenly been thrust into the YouTube spotlight. Their partner's a sexual deviant. And a new alter is stemmed from the mess that has been made. And there's probably so much more going on in her life, in their life, sorry, that we are unaware of. So they're obviously going through a really hard time. So we should probably go find them and send them lots of love. But yes, this whole situation is a complete and utter mess. I've never done a video like this. I've never done a drama video. My channel isn't a drama channel. My channel isn't barely a channel at all. But I've been following this closely for ages. And I've been trying to have a kiki with my friends on like FaceTime and stuff because we can't leave the house. And I'm surprised how little people know about this. People don't even know who Trisha Paytas is. I mean, I know we're in the UK, she's big in America. But she did enter Celebrity Big Brother house for like a day or two. And then quit. But yeah, people don't know. So I decided I'm going to put this video together just to give people a timeline. So then when they watch this video, then I can have a kiki with them about it. I'm just going to put my lashes on, my outfit on, and my hair on, and then we'll be done with the makeup. And there we have it, guys. I've never done a video like this before, talking about things that are actually happening. I usually live in my own little world. But like I said, I've been following this for quite a while, and I've got nothing else to do while stuck in quarantine, so I thought I'd make a video on it. If you like this kind of video, where I try and find out what the scandal is of the moment and try and condense all into one video while I do my makeup, then let me know by letting me know in the comment section, hitting a thumbs up and a like, because that always helps the YouTube algorithm. And I won't tell you to subscribe, because I'm not sure if this is the kind of video that people want to see, so I don't know if I'll be doing it again. And that is why I need to hear your voice. Like I said, please do not send hate to anyone who I've talked about in this video. Till next time, I do pray that you are all staying safe and you are all staying healthy and you are all doing your bit so life can get back to normality. But if anyone is struggling, especially with mental health, during this isolation period, if you have me on Instagram, which is at @drink_trampagne, send me a message. We're all in the same boat, let's help each other out as much as we can. Yes, and I'll get back to you and we can rant and rave and cry together until this is over. But until next time, bye!